Most people think they're stuck because they don't feel motivated. They wait for the feeling. They wait for the energy. They wait for the right moment. And when it doesn't come, they assume something is wrong with them. But what if motivation isn't missing at all? What if you're just waiting for something that doesn't arrive first? Because the uncomfortable truth is this: motivation is not the cause of action, it's the result of it. And once you really understand that, a lot of the frustration you carry around starts to make sense. Think about how this usually plays out. You tell yourself you'll start when you feel ready, when you feel confident, when you feel motivated, but readiness never arrives on its own. So the task stays untouched. The day passes, and by the end of it, you're not just unmotivated. You're disappointed in yourself. That disappointment doesn't disappear. It stacks, and slowly it turns into a story about who you are. I'm not disciplined. I can't stay consistent. I always fall behind, but those conclusions aren't accurate. They're just familiar. What's really happening is simpler than you think. Your brain doesn't generate motivation in isolation. It responds to evidence. When nothing moves, the brain stays cautious. It waits. It conserves energy. But when something changes, even slightly, the brain updates. It stops asking, "Do I feel like this?" and starts asking, "What happens next?" That shift is subtle, but it changes everything. Motivation isn't a spark you summon. It's feedback you receive. No movement means no feedback. Waiting feels heavy for a reason. When you delay starting, your mind fills the space with pressure. The task grows larger than it really is. The consequences feel more serious. The starting point feels further away. Nothing about the task changed. Only your perception did. This is why waiting drains you more than doing. Avoidance isn't laziness. It's an emotional response to imagined weight, and that weight only lifts once motion begins. The moment you take a step, any step, something shifts. The task stops being theoretical. It becomes real, but manageable. Your brain notices movement and responds. It releases just enough energy to continue, not excitement, not confidence, just enough clarity to take the next step. That's how momentum works. It doesn't arrive all at once. It grows quietly through motion. This is why small actions matter more than big intentions. Opening the document counts. Sitting down counts. Writing one sentence counts, not because they're impressive, but because they change your brain's expectations. You're no longer waiting. You're participating. And participation is what creates motivation. Here's the part most people need to hear. You are not broken because starting feels hard. You are not lazy because motivation doesn't show up on demand. Your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do. Once you stop demanding motivation first, progress becomes quieter, but far more reliable. So the next time you're waiting for the feeling to arrive, remember this. Motivation isn't something you find. It's something you build, one small action at a time. Start without confidence. Start without clarity. Start without certainty. The feeling you're waiting for often shows up after you've already begun, and that's how momentum actually starts.